December 2009 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. My name is Jeff Robinson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency for the Iowa Legislature. This month's memo presents information covering December 2009 and for the first 6 months of fiscal year 2010. Net revenue for the month of December was $47.1 million above December 2008. On a percent basis, this month's increase was 12.2%. Although positive growth for a month is certainly a welcome sight given recent history, last December was an unusually poor month, down 14.8% from the previous December. Net receipts for December 2008 were negatively impacted by large corporate tax refunds and an estimate payment processing delay that pushed payment processing into January. After taking those two issues into account, the month of December 2009 was perhaps a zero growth month, but that is much better than recent experience. Without adjustment, gross revenue was up 3.4% in December, regular tax refunds were down 42.3%, and school infrastructure refunds were down 17%. This table provides a look at the first 6 months of the cash year, July through December. Over the 6 months, gross revenue decreased 3.1%, while regular tax refunds increased 6%. School infrastructure refunds issued so far this year increased $34.3 million. On a cash basis, 6 months of the infrastructure refunds have been issued in fiscal year 2010 versus 5 months in fiscal year 2009, accounting for much of the increase in this item. The combination of gross revenue, regular tax refunds, and school infrastructure refunds produces a net revenue growth rate for the first 6 months of this fiscal year of negative 5.2%, or in dollar terms, negative $151.1 million. The December 2009 Revenue Estimating Conference, or REC, set the expected growth rate in net general fund revenue, excluding transfers, at negative 8.5%, making the net cash growth rate for the year currently 3.3 percentage points ahead of the REC estimate. The net revenue graph on the front page of the memo shows that net revenue declined in the first 5 months of cash fiscal year 2010 compared to fiscal year 2009, and also shows the noticeable net revenue increase this past month. A longer-term look shows net revenue has declined 10 of the past 12 months. Let's now look more closely at a couple of important contributors to Iowa's net general fund revenue. Unadjusted gross personal income tax growth was positive 9.4% in November, but was down 1.7% over the 6 months. Declines have been shown in 8 of the past 12 months, with decline during April, May, and June, most significant due to the negative impact of the tax filing season last spring. Last December, the deposit of individual income tax estimate payments was delayed during the second half of December, resulting in a low level of deposits in December of 2008. This table shows that December 2008 deposits totaled only $6.6 million, about $22 million less than either December 2007 or December 2009. Due to the delay, estimate payments deposited last January were unusually high. It is likely this situation will reverse in January 2010, and depressed estimate payment comparisons for that month will be the result. Personal income tax withholding growth, the largest component of personal income tax, was negative for the month, the third negative growth month of the past 4, and for the first 6 months of the cash year, withholding growth is now negative. At $206 million for December 2009, withholding revenue for the month was not only lower than December 2008, but was also lower than December 2007 and December 2006. Gross sales and use tax revenue for December decreased slightly and has now been negative in 4 of the 6 months this cash fiscal year. However, since the REC expected growth rate is negative 5.3% for the year, the small negative for the month of December translates to good news, at least for this 1 month. Gross corporate tax revenue for December decreased slightly and has now been negative in 3 of the 6 months this cash fiscal year. However, since the REC expected growth rate is negative 18.1% for the year, Much like sales and use tax in December, the small negative for the month translates to good news, at least for this 1 month. We have to be careful when looking at corporate income tax at this particular point in time, because there is a corporate estimate payment due December 31st, and those deposits get deposited both in December and in January. The fact that December was good for those may mean that January will not be a particularly good month. This chart provides a 12-month history of monthly regular tax refunds. Regular tax refunds exclude refunds issued to school districts as part of the conversion from a local option sales tax for school infrastructure. The largest categories of regular tax refunds are personal income, corporate income, and sales and use tax. Tax refunds are part of the net revenue calculation, and they lower the amount of general fund revenue available for appropriation. The chart shows that over the last 6 months, tax refunds are lower in 4 months and much higher in 2. Together, they translate to an increase in cash basis regular refunds issued of $13.5 million so far this year. The chart also shows the impact the tax year 2008 return season had on net general fund revenue, with significant refund increases shown for the months of February through June. Regular tax refunds issued in December 2009 were much lower than the amount issued the previous year, and this contributed significantly to the overall net revenue growth this month. However, the decrease has more to do with the large refund increase experienced December last year than it does with any real refund decrease. This table provides December regular tax refund amounts for the past 5 fiscal years, with emphasis shown on the large increase experienced in December of 2008. Overall, the month of December 2009 was a mixed bag of net general fund revenue news. While actual net revenue growth was not near as rosy as the positive 12.2% would indicate, the fact that after adjustment, the actual growth rate is better than the significantly negative numbers shown over the prior few months may provide some signs of a bottoming. One month does not make a trend, however, and there are several large revenue hurdles remaining in fiscal year 2010. Iowa's economic growth and the condition of the state general fund impact all Iowa residents, and I hope that this video presentation assists you in your understanding of both. I thank you for your time and attention. Goodbye, and I hope you'll check us out next month.